Well, hey there, Dwayne.
Well, how you doing?
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
I'm going trout fishing tomorrow.
Me too.
No way.
Let's ride together.
Let's do it. All right, man. So we are here in Buckingham. Spur of the moment. Message Dwayne today said, you want to go to the mountains tomorrow and go trout fishing? He obliged. So here we are. We actually drove through a nasty storm on the way up here, and I'm hoping the rivers aren't blown out. Probably not going to be like the most beautiful, pristine thing ever, but stay tuned. We're going to go try to get on some trout with some Ducknbucklures. All right, so we are fishing with these duck and buck spinners, and you can see this fly right here. This is what we put on a spinner, and if you notice, I just keep a bunch of spinners in my box and a bunch of individual flies, and I basically swap them right onto it, and that is how you can switch out your colors throughout the day, things like that. But so this is the one I'm going to be running. See if you can get a good view on that for tomorrow. That's turkey feathers and a little bit of hooded mergans or flank feathers. We got to be up at 5 a.m. This isn't going to be pretty. All right, guys, we made it. We are in Goshen. We're going to be starting off at the Maury River. And matter of fact, you can see it right here. We're crossing the Maury River right now. We're going to be fishing the heck out of this place today till about 2 o'clock and then drive all the way back home. But well worth it. Well worth it. Can't wait, man. I got the itch. All right, guys, here you go. First look at Maury River today. It does not get prettier than this, guys. It's actually really low and really slow, which is crazy, but I'll take it. Beautiful little fall here. We're gonna fish right behind this riffle. See if we can pull a fish out of here. Best part is this is all public land. You can get out here and enjoy this for as little as a trout stamp, a freshwater license, and a national forest permit. You don't even need a national forest permit for this section, but highly recommend getting it because a lot of places you're gonna want it. That's a good one. Oh, on the board. There it is. Check that out. Pretty trout. Yes, sir. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we're here for. Check that out. Pretty fish. Look at the red in that guy. That is just a gorgeous fish. Caught him on the duck and buck right there in that little trough. He came up and missed it once, and I got him on the second cast on him.
That's awesome, dude.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I need to get one.
All right, dude, so what I'm doing is literally I'm casting. You might cast here the first cast, second, third, fourth, fifth. Each time you cast, you're gonna work a different section, you know what I mean? Even if you stand in one place, it's gonna sweep through a different territory. That fish came out of that deep trough in the middle, and I watched it come up right here and wolf it, dude. It was so cool. I don't know if y'all can hear me or not, but if you can, leave a comment below what you think about that view. It doesn't get prettier than this, guys. Not another person fishing, all to ourselves. Only thing preventing you from catching fish is you. It's like a jungle gym of rock hopping. Just remember, the water is lava. Ooh, that's a fishy looking spot. All right, so we're making our first move. One fish so far. And we're just gonna move further down to Maury, just work our way down the river, hit different spots along the way. See if we can find some pockets of fish. This place has not been stocked in 2 weeks. So that tells you, you do not have to go follow the stock truck around and fight everybody for these fish. There is not a soul here. because it hadn't been stocked in weeks. All right, next stop on the Maury River. And this is a cool little pull-off right here. They got like a little campground area, a little outdoor picnic gazebo thing. Some tables, fire pits, all public access.
We're the Flintstones. Maybe have a due time.
Dwayne found his Fred Flintstone table. This little ripple right here looks pretty. I think there's a fish right there. It is super low. That right there is bear tracks. Look at that. Cruising all along in here. Good size one too, it looks like. The cool thing about fishing up here in the mountains is every time the water level changes, the fish are in a completely new spot. So every time you come, it's a new challenge to kind of pick it apart, figure out where the fish are. It just makes it challenging and fun. It never gets old, man. I could do this literally all the time and just be perfectly fine. Look at that out. See if Dwayne can pull a fish out of here. Good one, Dwayne. Yes, sir. Don't lose him. Keep your rod tip down. Oh, awesome, Dwayne got his first trout. Flip your bail. I'm gonna tell you the same thing I tell my kids. Flip your bail. There you go.
That's awesome.
Don't let them flop out. Take it up to the shoreline and mess with them up there, because the last thing you want to do is have him come on hooked on his own and flop out.
All right.
Bam, look at that smile. Look at that smile.
That's awesome.
Heck yeah, man. That's a solid one too. He's probably 15 inches, 14 inches. Good spot right here. I'll tell you what, man, this should be a commercial for Extra Toughs, because these things have been doing great on these rocks. If you don't need waders, get yourself a high pair of Extra Toughs and truck right through this stuff. Just walking along, plucking away at these little spots that have a little more current. I feel like the trout like to congregate in that more oxygenated water, if possible. There he is. Fish on. Not a bad one. I'm just gonna swim him right up in here. Oh, he's getting in the current. Oh, get out of it. Get out of it. There we go. Woo! Another trout on the Ducknbuck. Check that out. Look at the colors in that guy. Oh, and he's peeing on me. Yeah, a nice pretty one. That's trout number 3 for the day. All right, so there's our catch for the day. 3 trout. We're gonna clean these puppies up, hit the road. I like to always try to just clean these things out while I'm here. All right, so we're gonna knock these things down real quick. Highly recommend a folding fillet knife, because you can pack this thing in your bag and it's tiny. And these fish don't require a lot of fillet knife. So all we're gonna do is notch these guys right through here. And split them right down that belly. And give me a little split. Make sure you toss all your stuff out in the water. You don't want to leave a bunch of guts on the shoreline, because there's a lot of bears in these woods. So when you're doing this, make sure you try to be respectful of the wildlife, and being that we're right here at a little public park, we don't want unwelcome guests hanging out. So we're just gonna run our finger down this guy. sure you get all that poop out of there. Man, that's a solid fish, dude. That one's even like pinkish, salmon looking. There you go. Clean specimen. Bam. I leave the tail on it and everything. When I cook them on a fire, we call this nature's potato chip, man. That thing crisps up. Tastes just like a potato chip. All right, so this right here is fish roe. And believe it or not, these things are actually amazing. Delicious. They're really good cooked in scrambled eggs. All right, well, that's a wrap. We ended up fishing from about 8:30 till, I don't know, 1:30. We're gonna try to get back home at a reasonable time. Fishing's not on fire. They haven't stocked it in a really long time, but fun day. Catch some fish, enjoy some public land, get out here. Cost you nothing but gas and a license. And this is just one body of water out of, you know, hundreds that you can trout fish. So good day though, fun day. Any final thoughts, Mr. Dwayne?
Man, it was a good time, man. First ever rainbow trout I ever caught. I'm hooked.
Hooked?
Cannot wait to come back.
We're gonna try to come back sooner than later. So stick around and stay tuned and check out some of these other places we like to fish up here.